Hey beautiful people, today we're going to talk about what to say to your co-workers when you get promoted. By the end of this video, you'll actually start understanding what it means to think like a boss. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to begin acting like the leader you yourself would like to work for, super important capacity, and then how to start thinking beyond yourself and start thinking about us and start thinking about we and start thinking about others. Once you get promoted and you're talking to your peers and it's awkward, the important thing to consider is where you are now relative to them and the organization. Did you get promoted to where they're all working for you? Did you get promoted to where you're heading up a different team? If you got promoted and they're all working for you, it's time for you now to start stepping up and thinking about them. You're the one who has a team now. You're the one who needs to start behaving differently. I remember when I got my first promotion, I had a team reporting to me. And prior to having the team reporting to me, it was really easy for me to be able to blame everyone else around me for all the stuff that wasn't working. And then once I got promoted, I realized that I was part of them. I had moved from us to being part of them, and I was the them that needed to go fix the problems. So once you move into a position where you have people reporting to you, the problems are you. People who report to you see you as part of the problem. So a huge step change in the difference in your job once you get promoted is to actually start thinking of yourself as a person who's responsible for the identity and the culture and the processes and the practices of the company. And that's a huge weight to take on, but an incredibly important shift in your career. The other thing to consider is you might actually have some people who are your peers who are performers and actually don't want to get promoted. And you feeling guilty about the fact that you got promoted and they didn't, it may actually be unnecessary. There are some people who are very happy to stay where they are for the long term or the long haul, or they've got some other things going on in their lives and they're not maybe as ambitious as you are right now. So you don't have to go around apologizing to everybody. You just acknowledge that you got promoted and use it as an opportunity for you to become the boss that you wish you had yourself. If you're feeling guilty about getting promoted, it's worth asking other people, how do they feel about it? Because you never know what they're thinking. They might be absolutely thrilled for you. They might be delighted that you stepped into that role and that they didn't have to. They might be delighted that you're the one that has to do all the extra work to be able to now shape the culture and carry the identity of the company, and they don't have to. You might be the person that they actually want to work for, and if you're not, now is the time to mold yourself into that person. One of the great opportunities of being a leader and having people report to you is to try your best to be the leader that other people want to follow and that you would have wanted to follow when you were working in a more junior role. I think that's actually a lifelong journey, but for now what you can do is you can start off with having an open door policy. Lots of leaders say they have open door policies, but since you've most recently been working directly with these people as peers and you know them all extremely well, it's really easy for them to be able to come into your office with offers that could add value for what it is that you now have as new goals. I invite you to talk to them and say, I'm interested in hearing what it is that you want to change. I don't just want to hear it, I want you to be part of making that change happen. So don't come in and tell me what's not working. Don't come in and tell me why certain things can't change. I was working for a big bank once and one of the senior vice presidents had a huge big sticker up on his door and it had a no sign with a line right through it and it said, no whining. And if you came into him and you just told him all the things that were wrong and you didn't offer to be part of the solution, he viewed you as someone who was whining. I think that's a fairly accurate interpretation of people who whine. What we're looking to do now is help the people who were your peers come in, acknowledge what's not working, and make offers to try and help you fix it, because you're now taking the lead in transforming the culture of the company, transforming the culture of the team, and supporting your team in your new role. I mentioned earlier that when I got promoted for the first time, I made this big shift from me to them, and I now recognize that I was part of the them. As you make that shift, it's really worthwhile keeping a log of these are the things that I knew weren't working when I was an individual contributor. computer. These are the things that I still know aren't working now that I'm a leader, and what it is that I'm going to do to try and solve those things. Making sure that you're talking to your people all the time while you're doing that, and you're helping them step up into the role of being supportive of you and making offers to you as you look to get some of those things resolved. One of the ways to have a look at this and understand where you fit in that spectrum is to use the Get Promoted assessment, which there's a link for down in the comments, and it'll allow you to be able to see whether or not you're playing the me game or the we us game, and that you are now part of them, you are part of the leadership, you are responsible for these people's future and how much they enjoy their work and how well they do their jobs. One of the most common things that happens when people ask this question, what do I do when I get promoted? What conversations should I have with my peers, with the people who used to be my peers, is that they're having a sense of real awkwardness. If your peers are now reporting to you, fantastic time to set up one-on-ones and to be able to help them build a relationship with you in this new role, and one-on-ones are the best way to do that. I have another video on how to do effective one-on-ones. For now, let's just say what you're doing there is you're building trust, you're building the relationship, you're understanding whether or not they want to be able to get promoted, and you're helping them go through the same process that you went through to get promoted. You're now turning around and helping them do the same thing. So as you move up the ladder, you're bringing other people up with you. It is accurate to say that the best leaders have the best people following them, and that you build those followers over time through your coaching efforts, through your support efforts, and through the learning that you've done and helping transition that learning to them.